Good morning, it is Saturday the 19th of July, it's just turned 11:30, so I'm just going to go out, do a bit of an Uber shift. I was hoping just to come out at about midday. I remember I said on last night's video I didn't have any bookings. I had one of the usual messages last minute. Oh sorry, I know it's last minute, but any chance you can take us to the airport in the morning? Honestly, I've said it time and time again, I don't know why people leave it so late. So obviously I didn't want to turn them away, so I accepted that. So I had Little Manchester Airport this morning. I've been back a little bit, charged up and whatnot, so yeah, just coming out now. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be better than it was yesterday, because if not, I'm going to be home in a couple of hours. It's just started raining, even though it is 22 degrees. So yeah, hopefully that might hopefully that might improve things, so I'll keep you updated shortly. So just turned 1:30 and we are 2 hours in. It's been ticking over, not too bad, still loads of light daft jobs coming in. Where was we? First job I took was Little Ormskirk to Ormskirk, £9.67. That was a 7-minute job going 2.4 miles. I then had an XL which was £10.05, going 9 minutes, which was 2.9 miles. That other job, how long? Yeah, I suppose. And then I had another XL which was £15.14, 15-minute job, going 5.2 miles. So then that was just over the hour, kind of. So the first hour wasn't too bad, it was about £35. I was then, oh sorry, that XL job took me from Skelmersdale over towards the outskirts of Wigan. I then had a Wigan priority to the train station, £10.54, 7-minute job going 2.8 miles. He was getting a train to Manchester to meet up with his mates, who were then going to jump an Uber to because they're going to see Oasis. So I was like, all right. I said, how are you getting back later? He was like, oh, don't know yet. I said, have you pre-booked anything? I said, whether it's, you know, a private company, or have you tried to do like a reservation with Uber? He went, no. He said, thinking about we were just going to come out and just try and wing it, and we're just going to hopefully get an Uber or use a local company. I just burst out laughing. I said, are you for real? I said, there's not a cat and hell's chance that's going to happen. And he was like, yeah, I didn't think so. He said, we went to the Parklife Festival about a month back. He said, and we come out, he said, we were stood around for like an hour, absolutely nothing. They ended up getting the tram back into like Manchester city centre or something. He said, and we had to stay there for like an hour having another drink and that. He said, and then we had to use a local company. He said, because we couldn't even book an Uber. So yeah, no idea how he's going to get back. And then I had another little job from there, which was like a Wigan, which got me back over towards like Rufford kind of way, which is like Ormskirk, outskirts of. £7.63, 6-minute job going 2.7 miles. That's about it. So I just logged off then, and I'm on £52.76. So what, £26.35 an hour or something. Not the greatest, but yeah, some of the jobs that have just been coming through have been really crap. When I logged off then, I've been offered 26 jobs and I've completed 5. And they come up saying, nice, you've confirmed and completed 5 trips in a row. And I'm like, yeah, because the previous 21 jobs you offered me were shite. I have been offered jobs going to Manchester, obviously for Oasis, which are ridiculous. It's a £30 job, or £30.65, which is going to basically take an hour, but it'll probably be a bit more because that's Uber timings. And it's just not worth it, because I'm not going to work Manchester city centre, and so for me to get there and back you're looking at over 2 hours, so I'm not going to work for £15 an hour. And then another one came up which I think was slightly less, it was about £26, and that was going to Blackburn, and again that's about an hour to get there. So I thought, again, there and back, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just like that's only a decent job, dare I say it, if you just so happen to be in Ormskirk but you were from Manchester because you've dropped somebody off and you were heading back to Manchester, then yeah, you can take that back. But that's never happened for me. I've always dropped off. Like, I've been up to you know, Blackpool and Blackburn and Manchester and things like that, I've never got a job which has took me back to even remotely to where I was going. So yeah, that's not going to happen, and I'm certainly not going to run all the way up there for 30 quid. And that's about it really. So I'll go back online now, and I will keep you updated. Sure. Little hourly updates. It's just turned 2:30. I've done 2 jobs. So I was kind of like, where was I? Was it 2 jobs? Was it 3? I think it was 2. 2. Yeah, sorry, it was 2 jobs. So I done a Skelmersdale back into Ormskirk. I was kind of like in Ormskirk, but it was a decent paying job. So including a £2 tip, it was £11.63, an 8-minute job going 3.4 miles. Dropped them off in Ormskirk, and then I got a burst go to Southport, an XL job, £23.27. That was a 22-minute job going 9.3 miles. So where was we? Yeah, so that comes out at 34 or £35 thereabouts for the past hour. So yeah, not too bad. Other than that, I think I just logged off. Loads of rubbish jobs again were coming through as usual. It says I've been offered 10 trips and I've accepted 2. So again, there was loads of jobs coming up, you know, like £30 towards Liverpool or £30 towards Manchester or whatever. And you know, you have to keep in mind that just because you see that number and you think, oh, it's been a little bit quiet for the past hour, it's a crap job, because it's going to take you at least an hour. And then Uber tries their best to keep you on around £20 an hour. Whereas, you know, I've taken that XL job, 25 quid, which is taking like just over 20 minutes. You know, so if you were to get obviously 3 of them within the hour, you know, you're on £75 for the hour. Not that you're going to get 3 of them back to back, like, but that's kind of the way you've got to accept it. You've got to look at the jobs, because otherwise, like I said, you're just going to be running around on like £15-20 an hour on a Saturday. So yeah, I'll go back online now, and I'll update you in a bit. Little hour update. That hour was a bit crap, to be honest. I need to get out of Southport, so I've done a £5.94, which was an XL job, 4-minute job going 1 mile. Now I know it's only going 1 mile, but £5.94 for an XL job. I dropped them off, and then had another XL job, which was £9.21, which was a 10-minute job going 2.7 miles. So yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. So I think that was about £15. Currently on £102.81. How many hours am I on now? 15:30, so 4 hours. Yeah, so I'm on about £25.50 an hour. Yeah, bit crap. So that last hour has messed it up a little bit, really, to be honest. So I'm going to try and head out of Southport now, to somewhere a bit busier. It seemed to be a lot better when I was, you know, around like Ormskirk and Skem kind of area. So I'll crack on with that, and I will catch up with you in a bit. So it's 4:30, and I've done half a job in that past hour. So I was in Southport, and I wanted to get out of there because it was just so empty. Started driving out, got about 10 minutes out, and I was going through Skelmersdale, and a job pops up. It was like £21 or something, going to Formby. It was saying it was like a 20-minute job, but it's down a dead bumpy like country lane that you have to cut across. So I thought, go on then, I'll do that, and then when I get to Formby, I'll jump on charge there and have something to eat. So I was 4 minutes away from the pickup as well. Skelmersdale is like right in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing there basically. So I'll go down, and I knew the little like place where I was picking them kind of up from. There's like a little group of houses on the corner, and it's like a little like gated community. There's only like 5 houses on there. However, he put the dot on the main road, which is past like the gate, like the gate basically. So I've had to drive there, so it starts and it notifies him. So then I sent him a message, and where is it? Took a screenshot of it. Oh wait, Jesus. just saying, you know, hello, are you through the metal gates? Because I wasn't sure, because there's a couple of houses there. So I'm sat there, I'm sat there, I'm sat there. The 3 minutes goes by, it then goes into chargeable time. So then one of the neighbours, because it's all like nice and neighbourly there, and you know, it's out in the middle of nowhere, she come over, she went, oh, you okay, you lost or anything? I said, oh, I'm just picking up Stephen. And she was like, Stephen, oh, Steve. And I went, yeah. She was like, yeah, he lives just behind me. And I was like, oh, I wasn't sure if he lived in that gated community or not. So I said, not to worry, I'll reverse up to the gate then. So I reversed up to the gate, and I'm still sat there, and waiting. And then he sends me a message saying, 2 mins. It did say 9 when booking. Like, proper, like, arsey kind of comment. And I've had this quite a lot with snobbish people who have these big fancy houses, and the snobs, and this is kind of like how they talk to you, and you think, like, I wonder if you talk to people like everybody like that, or do you just talk to Uber drivers like that? And I'm sat there thinking, like, what an arsehole, you know, because he's gone from one fancy house to another fancy house in Formby, so straight away I knew he was just going to be a snob. And basically he's the first person who I've known who is basically complaining because you've arrived ahead of time. There's a lot of time people will book me, it comes up saying I'm like 6 minutes away, and then they'll cancel because they're thinking, well, I'm not waiting 6 minutes, I want something quicker. And you're thinking, bloody hell, 6 minutes is rapid. And then I'm thinking, it got to the 5 minutes, so at that point he's obviously had his 5 minutes wait time, his 3 minutes wait time, his 2 minutes chargeable time, plus it's took me 4 minutes to get there, and that's the 9 minutes. And this is an XL job, so there's not one person in that party of 6 who could have come out of the house, because normally you'll have them staggering out one at a time because they're all going to the toilet, and there's nothing, there's just no signs of life or anything. So I was sitting there praying. As soon as he sent that message, I was thinking, I hope this gets to the 5 minutes so I can cancel it straight away, because I would rather miss out on that job than have to sit there with a gang of snobby arseholes basically for 20 minutes and go and drop them off. And on top of that, I knew it was just pot luck that he managed to book an XL as I was driving through Skelmersdale, because there's nobody there. You're going to be lucky to get an Uber X there. There's not a cat and hell's chance you're going to get an Uber XL. So I cancelled it. I just thought, like, what an arsehole. So basically I got my cancellation fee, which was £5.75. So it wasn't too bad because I was literally driving past that road anyway. And basically I had to sit there for 5 minutes, so basically he's paid me about £1.15 a minute for sitting there, and then that was it. So I came out of Skelmersdale. I ended up in Ormskirk. I thought, oh, it's dead here, because with the BP charges you've either got one which is kind of like Parbold way, which is on the other side of Ormskirk, or you've got like Formby. That's why I had initially accepted that job, because I thought I'll go and charge up. So I thought I'll just start heading towards the charger then, towards like Parbold. I'm just using up the last of my credit on with the Uber BP, you see. And yeah, that was about it. No real jobs. I think another job popped up. It was like £24 for Liverpool, which was going to take about an hour. And I was thinking, but Uber's just offered me £20 for a 20-minute job, but now it's offering me like a £24 for an hour job. It just doesn't make sense the way they calculate the prices. It's crazy. So yeah, I drove through Ormskirk, nothing. Carried on up towards the charging point. I thought, oh, I might as well go and pick some food up. Stopped, picked some food up, got here, gone on charge, and that was it. So in that hour I've done nothing other than that little waiting round job. So I'm currently on only a tiny bit more, 108.56, and I've now done 5 hours. So that's brought the hourly rating down now to £21.71. Granted, in that past hour I've literally done nothing. So yeah, it's not like I've been here, there and everywhere, and the rates have been crap. There just hasn't been any jobs that was worth doing. So yeah, I've got on charge now. I've got about half a tank, so I'm just going to charge up half and then I'll crack on. So I'll update you. What time are we on? Probably going to be here till about, it's coming up to 10 to 5 now. Probably going to be here till about 5:30. So the next update will probably be about 6:30, something like that. So I came off charge at I think it was just before 6 o'clock, coming up to about 10 to 6, I think it was. Set off from there, got a bit carried away. I was sitting in the back watching a movie, having something to eat. So I've just got back into Ormskirk now, and it's been an hour. It's about 7:05. I've done 2 trips. I've been offered 13 and I've done 2. Hasn't been too bad, to be honest. So where are we? So the first one I took was Ormskirk going to Liverpool. It was another XL job, £24.34, 17-minute job going 7.7 miles, and it was a surge as well. It was a group of 4 lads going to play golf. So just as they got in, sun, all nice and lovely and everything, about 20 seconds after we set off, the heavens opened and it's been raining ever since. So I took them down to Kirby, dropped them off there. I then got a job which was about 30 seconds round the corner, coming back to Ormskirk again, which was £12.87, 21-minute job going 7.9 miles. That's about it. So just them 2 in the past hour, probably like hour and 10 minutes, which I think comes to, it was like £35 or something. Got too many apps open. Yeah, £37.21 in the past hour, so not too bad. I've been online for a little bit now, probably about 10 minutes or so in Ormskirk. Just nothing really seems to be happening. A reservation job come through, which I don't normally accept, but I accepted this one because it's a bit late. I don't even know if I'm going to be out that late, to be honest. They weren't picking up at 12:30 in Formby, and they're going, it's a 12-minute trip or 5 miles, an XL, paying £28. So I thought I'll take it just in case in case I decide to stay out. But the thing is, when you take them, a lot of these people think like, I say another crap job. It's like a half-an-hour job, pick up Ormskirk, going to Eccleston in St Helens for £12.50. Yeah, so that job, obviously it's paying like 28 quid. They think it's a good idea now because they'll book it, but because it's midnight, they might get a bit closer and then think, oh yeah, we can't be bothered doing that, or plans change, or you know, they don't need an XL anymore because a couple of people have gone home or they've gone out or whatever. So I'll see what happens. I don't know if to cancel it. It's just because it popped up and I thought it was, you know, it was a good rate. So I'll carry on and see what happens. I forgot to give the total update, sorry. Currently on 145.77 over the 6 hours, pushes the hourly rating back up a little bit to £24.29. So it's just after 8 o'clock and it's been a bit of a crap hour, to be honest. 2 jobs. I had an Ormskirk to Maghull, £8.39, 11 minutes, going 5 miles. I then had an Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, £9.94. That was a 14-minute job, going 7 miles. So roughly £18, just over. Really rubbish, to be honest. So I'm in Skem at the minute. Nothing was really popping off, to be honest. I'm currently on £164.10, 164.10, and I've done, we're now on 7 hours. So hourly rating come down a tiny bit, £23.44. I'll see how this next hour goes. I'm hoping it's going to get better. If it doesn't, I don't know, I might call it. I'm not going to be staying out until midnight, 9, 10, 11, 12, because that book job is in another 4 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm not going to hold on for that. I'll just have to cancel it. I don't mind staying out if the jobs are, if I'm getting a minimum of £25 an hour, but I like to get at least £30 an hour. So if I don't get that over the next hour, there's a high probability that I will be going home. So I'll update you shortly. So it's just after 11 o'clock. Last update was 8, I believe. So yeah, I've done about 3 hours. It's just been mad busy, to be honest. I haven't had a chance to do any sort of update. Where was I? I was in Skem, so I was trying to get out of Skem. So I headed back towards Ormskirk, got an Ormskirk to Ormskirk. That was £7.77, 4-minute job going 1.7 miles. Then had a £10.93, which was, where was that going? I think it was just around Ormskirk again. 18 minutes, going 6.9 miles. And then that wasn't far off the hour, to be honest. So then I think it was just them 2 jobs really. So that was like about £19. Then turned 9 o'clock. Got a job which was Ormskirk to Ormskirk again, £8.99, 15 minutes, going 6.7 miles. I got a base go to Ormskirk, well, rough, it's basically Ormskirk to Ormskirk, £6.89. That was a 6-minute job, going 2.6 miles. Still in Ormskirk, £6.22. That was an 8-minute job, going 3.4 miles. I then got an Ormskirk towards Liverpool, £20.13. It was an XL 14-minute job, going 8.5 miles. So the only reason I took it was because it was a 15-minute job. It was basically just down the motorway there. So dropped them off. It was pretty much bang on 10 o'clock at that point. So in that hour, it was quite good. It was 26, 32, 33. I think it was almost £40, I think, if I've added that up right. I dropped them off, and then I had a job, another XL, which was going back to Ormskirk, and it was just round the corner. So I thought, oh, that's handy. So I drove round the corner. It was saying like Croxteth House or something. I drove down this little street. It was just like a dead end. There was nothing there, and the pin was dropped in like the field next to where I was, and I couldn't get to the pin. So I messaged them and said, like, I don't know where you are, but I can't get to you. So I drove back around to the front, and it was the entrance to Kirby Golf Club, where I'd gone a couple of hours previously to drop off a group of lads when it was raining. So I drove around to the front, and then I seen this guy climb over the fence with a bag of golf clubs. I thought, fucking hell, I'm part of a fucking robbery here. And then I wound the window down. I said, have you booked an Uber? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, right, mate, it's us from before. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then his 3 mates started climbing over the fence as well. This fence is like 12 foot high. They're all struggling. His mate screaming on the top with his belly stuck on the fence. So I said, what's going on? He said, we were playing golf and they've just locked us in and they've gone home. And I was like, but it's 10 o'clock at night. He said, I said, it's pitch black. Why are you still playing golf? He was like, oh, yeah, well, we could see a bit. The lights were on because I don't know if they're on timers or something. He said, and then they've gone off and we've come back over and it's locked. He said, we've tried to find an exit and there isn't one. He said, so like we have to climb over the fence. So yeah, so I took them back to Ormskirk. So that was like pretty much bang on 10. So that was £18.91. That was a 13-minute job going 7 miles back to Ormskirk. I was in Ormskirk, and then I got a priority, £7.10. It was a 4-minute job going 2 miles. And what was that one? It was another surge. Ormskirk was surging at this point. I got a £13.52. It was a 5-minute job going 2 miles. So in that hour I got 19, 20, 30, got about £38 in that last hour. So then I was at a little bit of a dilemma. It was 11 o'clock, I was in Ormskirk, it was surging, but I had about 18 miles of range left. So I had this booking, which is for 12:30, which is Formby. So I thought I can either do another couple of jobs around Ormskirk, maybe do another £20-30 while it's surging, and then go home, because obviously my battery's flat. There's no rapid charges in Ormskirk, you see. The nearest one is I don't know, 11-12 minutes either way. You can either go kind of like towards Wigan sort of way. They've got one in there like Parbold there, which sometimes you use, which is a BP one, or they've got this one here in Formby, which was 11 minutes away. So I thought, well, I'll roll the dice. So basically I logged off, I shot down here, and I got here for about 11:10 in Formby BP. So I've just plugged in now to basically go back on charge again. I don't mind doing it because obviously it's still free. I'm still using my BP card. So I'm supposed to be picking them up. They're booked in. I need to be online in 20 minutes to then do that job for 12:30. So the only kind of reason I don't mind doing it is because it's like it's paying £30 for a 10-minute job. They're literally just going back a little bit towards, it's like Farmer Ted's, it's out in the middle of nowhere. So I thought I'll do that and then maybe head either to Southport or back to Ormskirk and see if it's still surging again, or if it's kind of busy, because Ormskirk kind of shuts at around 2, so it's kind of that sweet spot really between like 12:30 to 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That kind of last hour is when it starts winding down and everyone starts going home. So I'll try and do a couple of jobs around there, see what's happening. You know, I might get another £20-30 in that hour. It might be completely dead. So it was kind of like a bit of, well, not so much a wasted trip, because like I said, it took me 10 minutes to get here. I'm going to go and charge about 20 minutes. I'm going to do that job, which is 30 quid. And then I could be home within the hour. So the last hour would still be £30, which is kind of what I've been doing. So it wouldn't be too bad. But the idea being, I'll try and stay out a little bit longer. But we'll see what happens. So I'm currently on 275.36 and I've done 10 hours. Technically I've been out the other hour, but I've been on charge. So I deduct that, because if I don't deduct it, people will say, well, you're being unfair to Uber, they're not going to pay you while you're charging up your car and whatnot. So basically I've been online with Uber for 10 hours to get that 275. So I'm basically on £26.40 an hour. So like I said, I'm going to carry on charging. I hate the way it prompts you and prompts you and prompts you, saying upcoming reservation quick, go online. Go online time is midnight. You've only got 16 minutes left. You know, like you're an idiot and you're going to forget. But it comes up like every 60 seconds, popping up and popping up. Remind me later. You can either click remind me later or go online now. I can't go online now because I'm plugged in on charge. It's like the app isn't intelligent enough to realise you're driving an EV. You should be able to tick a box to say, I'm charging up, leave me alone. So yeah, I'll go back online. It's saying I've done 7 hours 27 minutes drive time. I don't really believe that. I think it's going to be a bit more. It seems to not update very fast. What seems to happen is you finish your shift and then in the morning that 7 hours 30 jumps up to like 9 hours 45. I've done 23 trips and that's about it really. So I'll see what happens. I'm going to charge up, I'll do this job and then I'll update you in a bit. So a little update, it is 1:10. So I jumped on charge, it was about 11:15. I came off charge just before midnight because I had to come online for that reservation and the Uber app wanted me. They even started phoning me, Uber, at one point. So I came online just before midnight and then I got a little job just round the corner, which I wasn't expecting because Uber never give you jobs before reservations. That's just what they do. It was only a little cash job, I think. Let me just go back. Yeah, it was £7.11. It was a 5-minute job going 2 miles. So I pulled up, nobody there. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Cash job, this sounds moody. Next thing, some fella just comes out the bushes. A young lad. He just gets in. I was like, all right. I said, have you been out with your mates or what have you been up to? He was like, no, just a graduation. I was like, right, okay. I think, what's he doing in the bushes? So anyway, it was only 2 miles just round the corner and he gets out. It was a cash job, so I pressed the button. I was like, oh, it's asking me for £9.89. I got, £7.11 of that. So he's like, can I pay on card? I said, no, mate. I said, you've requested a cash job, so you have to pay cash. All right, I see, yeah. So then he gives me a tenner and he goes, keep the change, mate. It's like, thanks. So I've got 11p. So I don't know if to retire tonight or I'm not quite sure what to do with me 11p. Can't even buy a Freddo with it. I'd have to go in the shop and snap the Freddo in half and say, can I just have half a Freddo? A Freddo's still 20p, have they gone up again? So after that, it was then the reservation job. Again, like Uber always do, they make you start driving over and then you've got to get there 10 minutes before you actually pick them up. So I had to get there for 20 past midnight, even though it was booked for 30:30. So I'm sat on this little like country lane. It was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So the 6 come out anyway. It was a £28 job, XL, 11 minutes for 4.8 miles, which was just back to Formby again, really. And then after that, I had a priority job, £8.05, 8-minute job going 3.2 miles. And then I've just done another £11.57, which was a 13-minute job going 6.2 miles. That was kind of like Formby coming into Southport, but I'm kind of like on the outskirts of Southport now. And that was it for that hour. So that hour was quite good. It was 35.43, 54. It was about £55 for that hour. So not too bad, to be honest. There was another job that come up on XL, but they cancelled. And that's about it. That priority job, the £28 one, the guy who sat in the front was asking me about like Uber and stuff like that, and he was like, do you often take the reservation jobs and stuff? And I said no, and I was explaining like, because they take so much commission and blah blah blah, you have to get there 10 minutes beforehand. And I said, like this job, I said I've took it because I don't know what you've paid. I said, but I'm getting paid £28 for it, and it's only going to take me 10 minutes to drop you off, but Uber's made me wait here for 10 minutes as well, so technically it's a 20-minute job for 28 quid. And he said, oh, I've paid £34 for it, which I was quite surprised, to be honest, because doing a reservation job on an XL after midnight in Southport, where if you go on now, it won't let you do a reservation job for an XL at like 1-2 o'clock in the morning in Southport, because there isn't any XLs. So it wasn't too bad. He didn't take too much commission on that, and that was about it really. So yeah, I'm going to go back online. Oh sorry, I'm currently on, I haven't written it down, £319.29, and I've now done, it's 12.2, so I'm now on 12 hours. So I'm just typing it down so I don't forget. 319. Was it 319? Yeah, 319 over the 12. So it's still only about £26.58 an hour. But it's not too bad, can't really complain. It's just a lot of hours. I like to try and normally get it to about 30, so I'll see what happens now over like the next hour. It's popped up before saying you've got like an hour and a half drive left. I don't even know how many hours are actually, so I started at 11:30 this morning, or yesterday morning should I say, 12:30 or what, so I'm currently on 12:30. I'm coming up to 14 hours now, but obviously 2 of them hours I haven't done anything because I've technically kind of been on charge, but I've done 12 hours on Uber. So yeah, I'll go back online, see if this little notification is saying an opportunity. £5 job. No, we're on a £5 job at nearly 1:30 in the morning. What's this? Reservation job, 30 quid. Oh Jesus Christ almighty, I hate this. I hate the way you've got to log off to look at reservations and stuff, because it just starts popping up with really stupid jobs. So let me see what this £30 one is, where it's even for and going from. So the one picking up in Formby and taken to, they're going to Liverpool Airport, so it's a £30 airport run, which is shocking really. It's in Formby. The one picking up at 2:30, which is in about roughly an hour's time. It takes half an hour to do the job, and it's 23 miles. So yeah, granted, because it's a half an hour job, it's not too bad, but bear in mind you've got to get there 10 minutes beforehand, so it's a 45-minute job. And then you're at Liverpool Airport then for about just after 3 o'clock in the morning. So if I wanted to go home from there, it takes roughly an hour. So the way I would price that job would be, if I accept that and I pot around here for another 30-40 minutes in Southport and go and do that job, 30 quid for half an hour, but then it's an hour back home, so I'm getting £30 for an hour and a half, because I'm not going to want to do any more work after that. and trying to pick up a job for like an hour, kind of heading home. It's not too bad if you kind of like mid-shift, because you just kind of go with the flow, because it is what it is. But at that kind of point, when is it, in an hour, I'm then going to be on 15 hours, drop them off, that's going to be 15 and a half hours, and then an hour home, so that's what, 16 and a half hours at that point. So it's not worth it for me. There's another reservation. Oh, that's at 2:45. That's a £10 job. Well, that's gone. So someone's took that one. So that would have worked out quite good if I would have accepted both of them, because that one was £30 going to the airport, which would have got you there for about 3. Oh no, because it wouldn't have let you do it. That was a pickup from Liverpool Airport at 2:45. Going to Speak, so that wouldn't have been too bad, because that would have took about 20 minutes to do. So basically, if you would have took both of them jobs, you would have dropped off at the airport, picked up from the airport and dropped off in Speak within an hour, and you would have done about £41. But somebody's took the Liverpool one, because obviously there's going to be drivers who are down by the airport. But I mean, if you were at the airport, why would you do that job for a tenner? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. That's about it. So yeah, I'll go back online now and I will keep you updated. So it's just turned 3 o'clock and I am done. The last update was about 1 o'clock. I think 1:10 was when there was that XL that cancelled. I was there in Southport, hung around there for a bit, because it took me about another 10 minutes to drive into Southport. The jobs that were coming up were just really crap. They were all like £4 jobs, £5 jobs, and they were just going here, there and everywhere. I thought, it's crap up here. So I thought I'm going to start heading back towards Ormskirk and try and catch that kind of closing, because you can get like an hour's worth of jobs thereabouts. So I wasted a bit of time, because by the time I got to Ormskirk and got my first job, it was I can't be right, because it's 1:10. Oh sorry, yeah, it was 10 to 2. So basically I didn't do a job there for about 50 minutes. But yeah, which was a combination of, there was just nothing worth taking in Southport, and then there was like a 15-minute drive over to Ormskirk. So yeah, wasted about an hour thereabouts, maybe 50 minutes, because I didn't do anything. Got into Ormskirk just before 2 o'clock, and I'd done an £8.43. It was a 9-minute job going 4 miles. I'd then done a £10.62, which was a 7-minute job going 3.8 miles. Then had a surge job, which was £9.09, which was a 5-minute job going 2.8 miles. And then I pretty much just had enough. So I'd done that in that last hour, which was about £27 thereabouts. Got really bored, parked up for a little bit, just waiting for like kind of local cushy jobs to come off, and they were just offering really stupid rates. I kept getting a job that was popping up, an XL job. They wanted me to drive all the way to Wigan to do an XL job, you know, and it was offering me like £6 or something. It's just stupid. So that was it basically. I've done 9.5 hours drive, I've done 30 trips, and I finished on £347.43. So I've done 12. So I've been out the house for, I must have done them hours wrong there somewhere. Let me just quickly add this up so I'm not wasting. Right, where was I? Yeah, so I've done a 15 and a half hours. Started at 11:30, it's just turned 3. So yeah, 15 and a half. But I've been on live for 14 hours. So that's 347.43 over the 14. It's coming out at £24.81 an hour. So slightly less than what I normally run at, but I've had a couple of time periods through there where I've had some really good hours, like £40+ an hour, and then I've had the odd hour like that second to last hour where I'd done nothing. I think there was another hour earlier on throughout the day where I'd done practically nothing in that as well. So yeah, swings and roundabouts, couldn't really be helped. But all in all, not too bad of a shift, to be honest. Nothing really else I can add on to that. Nope, that's about it. So I will catch you on the next one because I'm knackered now. I want to go to bed. I should be out. There we are. I'll try and get out during the week, but I'm not being too hopeful on it. I've got private jobs throughout the week, and it's quite painful coming out, to be honest, doing Uber, unless it's, as I've said in the past, I don't mind coming out normally on a Friday, especially on a Saturday, because, you know, you're getting like 300+ quid. But I don't really fancy coming out on a weekday and you're battling to make like £100, and you come out and do like similar hours. So I'll see how it goes. If I'm bored, I'll come out. If not, I will I'll see you next week.